I'm going to create 10 pages to create 8 stacks. So let's begin. First, I go to Command N to create a new document in Illustrator. And then I'll go to Print, Letter, and then Orientation, change this one to Landscape. And I create 10. I think 10 is a good number. So because it's longer enough, it's repeated enough for you to get the concept. So to create this basic egg shape, I'm going to move it to the first page and hit Command 0. So we resize this one to fit this one to screen, and then I'm going to draw the basic geometry shapes. Always think about some geometry way how we can draw this type of a shape. Okay, so I have this as the a perfect circle here, and then next I'm going to hit M, draw a vertical a box here, so it's not square. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is hit a E, and in the free transform to mode, I'm going to change this one to perspective distort. Okay, so in this view, I can just click and drag to move this one to center. It's going to function as a container to change the circle. This is one extra square is needed, one extra rectangle is needed, because when you directly do this one to the circle, that will not looks anything like an egg. Okay, so we need some shapes like this, and then we'll select both and hit Command Option C. So once we create this, then you can have the free flexibility to really just change the shape of the egg by drag the shape of the rectangle. Okay, so now we have the basic shape here. So we have completed the first egg. All right. So I'm doing this one as the basic shape. So to have this one copy across all the pages. So how can we do this? Well, first shortcut you can try to learn is Command Option 0. In this video, you have the overall view of all the artboards you have. So in this one, we need to do some preparation to make this one really accessible shapes. It's like regular shapes. So we go to the object, we expand this shape and hit OK. So now this has become a standard content. So what I want to do is to make this one have a copy to across all the artboards here. So how can I do this is first we're going to select this object. Okay, we want this one to be across all the pages, but also we want to save, want to keep the position on all the pages. So so it's not just simply copy and paste. So what I want to do is Command X to actually cut this one, and you go to the object, you can edit and paste on all artboards. So you may not also notice that shortcut is Command Option Shift V. So we have this bird on all the artboards, this egg on all the artboards. So we create a 10. So create the base for to the shapes. All right, so let's focus on the first one. So this one, you may need to do some research for the shapes you want to do, but let's try to. I'm going to do a very quick Easter egg search. So when we talk about some of those function, some of this really have a beautiful, 3D feeling. So I would think, in this demonstration, we'll mainly talk about how we can create a 3D egg, but also we'll do something else, okay? This one, we're going to change this one to a 3D egg, so show the basic operation for this. So you may notice that this one have the white fill color and the black stroke. So we're going to change this one to a certain color. But before doing this, so let's do hit A, and then we're going to select this one side anchor point here, and then delete. So now we're going to do is select the this object. So hit the V. So be careful. You want to using V regular selection, or actually you can hold Option, hold the Command, and just select that, and go to the FX 3D Revolve. So we created this egg, but you may see this is the color of the stroke. So we just keep this one very basic at this moment. Just hit OK. We're going to change the stroke to the color we like. So for example, a yellow. Okay, so we know there are some details we're going to address on the next version. So let's move to the next one. Okay, so hold the Shift and the page down. We move to the next page. So in this one, it's worth to do the practice one more time, because that will help you to really build the knowledge and really know how to deal with that in the future. So we do, but this time we'll do a little bit different. So we'll introduce Shift F6. So you want to show the appearance panel here. Select this object. You will see this is actually a group. Okay, but let's just keep this one as a group. We'll go add. No, we're gonna hit A and select this point, delete. Okay, so that's pretty much the same thing. So we're gonna select this whole object, and then go FX and go 3D Revolve the second one. So it's created this shape. So this time we'll do a little bit of control. We're gonna turn this egg to some way. So you know that you can turn the egg. Okay. You can also do, in certain angles. So this one will give you some detailed control. Okay. Hit OK. We're going to change the shape change the stroke to some other color. So, but this one, we're going to change this, the eggs, the color. It feels a little bit, the reflection is not very good in this one. So we'll talk about a 3D Revolve. And there's some settings here. We can change the surface to diffuse shading. I think it's a kind of like not so many reflection, but if you want kind of like a more reflection, you can go to the plastic. But also this one have some options that I think the many factor for the quality is the blend steps. So the currently is using 25, so you can kind of double the size to 50 and hit the tab key. So we see this one much smooth. And also this reflection point, it can be adjustment. So you can move this one to you definitely want to test. Okay, so hit OK. So we have this one done. Okay, so let's move to the next. Now we have 2 eggs. Let's move to the next one. So to do some preparation for this one, so this time we can do the change those colors first. But this time we're gonna go to see what we can do to create some patterns. Okay, so let's start with the simple one. This kind of like like a curves across this one. So it's white, it's yellow background with some purple or the pink line. So let's try to do something like this. And you can create a simple rectangle shapes, and we're going to get some color to play with this object. So let's hit Shift F3. Okay, so we have this color guide here. I think this is a pretty good option. So because this one has so many options here, but also you can just simply go F6 to so you have this directly access of both those colors. So let's just start with the simple one. So I'm gonna give this one a basic yellow color, and we wanted this one, the stroke, to be none. Okay, and I'm going to create some object, like a zigzag line here. So let's do create a bunch of a line here. So let's do so this one I don't want to start with some complicated thing. So we'll just do a very basic one. Some line here. duplication. Very basic. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to change this one to some special warp option. So the shortcut is Command Option Shift W. So you can go to here. I hope I can find this one here. So I'm not using. Okay, so make with warp. Okay, so that will be the same. So we're going to change this one to like a flag. Okay, I think kind of like that. So definitely you can change the how the bend degree. So hit OK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one inside this yellow box. So how we're going to do this is hit Command X to cut this one. And then in this mode, you select this object, do Shift D twice. Actually go here to change this one to draw inside. So we can Command V to paste this one in. So this is the fast way. You don't have to create any extra thing. So just done with this, okay? So now we have this object here. We're gonna to put this one on the surface of the egg, proportionally and in 3D warp mode. So how can we do this one? Is we're going to open the symbols panel. So it's Command Shift F11. So, but also you can go to Windows and go to see the symbols. Okay. So then we drag this one in. So hit OK just as a default. So they were expanding anything things for us. Okay. So and then it's kind of ready. Okay. So we delete this old one. Go to the egg. Hit A, it will be the same, process. Would remove that point, and then go to 3D. I think you pretty much already, if you follow this demonstration, you already got that. You can create this envelope here. So once we got this point, okay, you want to go to the map art. So click this one, and then we're going to find the surface that we're going to use. So basically, we have two. Kind of like two surface here. The white area means the visible, but we can try. So go to the map art and then go to new symbols to see if that work. Okay, so it's not on this page. So we're gonna turn this on. Okay, I think it is on this part. Let's see if we can get this. No? Okay. Let's try. Okay, so on this, actually on the third one. Okay, so we have this something, and you can rotate. You can do some control of these things inside here. Okay, so hit OK to confirm. I think that's so get the first warp this one around this egg. All right, so let's move to the next. So for the same object, the one we did here, actually you can just put in if you're not just using 3D. So let's just move to the next. We created a little bit simple one. As you can see here, some patterns, okay, some different color patterns. But basically there are some lines or patterns there. So let's try to do this. Okay, so I'm going to create a zigzag line. So if you know the concept, it's actually become much more easier. So you can select this one and fill with some kind of like color. And then select this line and give some stroke. So let's increase the stroke. Okay, so we do the exact line. So go to FX and go to the distort and transform zigzag to create how many zags we need. This 2. Okay, so definitely you want to change the stroke color to be something quite colorful and have some duplications here. Okay, this one to be pretty white. Okay, so in the same method, what we can do is hit Command X to cut everything. Go select this egg, do Shift D twice. Shift D. So we can draw inside. Okay, so we need this one actually is the object. We need expanding this one more time. Object expand. Okay, so it should become a regular shape. So we can draw inside. Yep. Oh, so to Command Shift G to ungroup. Okay, I think now we have a can draw inside, so we can just put this one in. So this one's done. Okay, very simple and straightforward. So one thing you want to remember is you want to ungroup. So so select this object, ungroup 3 times, Command Shift G 3 times, so to give you the fully accessibility. Okay, so hit Shift and the page down. We're gonna move to the next. So in this one, I'm going to create a very simple gradient, okay, egg. So I'm going to go switch to the fill color, okay, so make sure that I will control the fill color and hit period key. So hit the period key and so create this basic gradient. And then we'll go to create, change this one to radial gradient. Okay, so we'll add this gradient and then I can click and drag to draw the shapes like this. Okay, so I can also create those color combination. So to make this one to some other colors. Okay, kind of like that. Yeah, green X. All right, so now we have this one. Remember, we can also create some patterns on it. So how about we can create some very, let's see what we can do with this. Some color like stars, okay? So we can draw some stars, or just let's begin with some points. So I'm going to hit L and draw a circle. And then I'm going to hit D to make this one just regular circle, not using the X color. So it's kind of a quick reset. Then go to the stroke. I'm going to not using stroke. So go select the stroke in the appearance panel and hit the slash. Okay, we'll remove the color. So for the fill color, we'll give this one some type of orange or anything. Okay. So once we got it here, and we can create a pattern and to using this one to fill this whole space. So how we do this is actually just quite easy. So first things you want to do is you have this circle, and then you want to also have a large box here. Okay, so and then what we're going to do is to copy this one, drag this one to the swatches panel. So the swatch is actually very useful. It's this, and so go to Windows swatches, and you want to drag this one point into it. Okay, so once you got this, delete this guy. We don't need that. Okay, so get here, one click, so we can have this point over there. So definitely this point at this moment is quite a big, and what we're gonna do is double click this point inside the swatches panel. Go here to change this the type. Okay, you can change the type to some type of a offset. Okay, and you can also do is to change the size. Okay, so you can constrain the proportion, and then just using up or down arrow key to change the point. Okay, so and then hit down, so we confirm this, and then we can do is cut this one, Command X, and select this object. Okay, Command Shift G to make sure that is basic object. And then do go here to switch to draw inside and the Command V. So paste this in. So created this egg. It's pretty nice egg. So we can, by using the same concept, we can really generate a lot of different options, because we can put more objects together to create this pattern. So let's move to the next one. We're going to redo this process and do that one more time with some other options. So first one I want to do is I want to hit a simple M shape, okay, object. So let's do a blue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit L to draw a little circle here and fill with something like purple. Okay, I can also create some bars or even just simple drawing. Hit N, return, smooth. Okay, so just kind of do some line and then increasing the stroke. And then give the stroke some like a white color. Okay, so we have several basic elements. So we hit M, we can create a bar here. So maybe some other color. Using color, okay. All right, so something like that. So with this options selected, we can also do click and drag to bring this one as pattern, to make a pattern. Delete, and hit M to draw a large box, and then apply this pattern. Okay, so this one will have this pattern here, and definitely we can double click. Go get inside to change this one to some type of offset. Okay. All right, now we just need to do is select this one, hit Command X, select this egg, and do Command Shift G multiple times. Just make sure, and then go do here and do the shortcut is Shift D. So let's do the shortcut one. So Shift D twice. You see the dashed corner, and then that means you are working on draw inside mode. So feel free to Command V, paste this object in. So that's your pattern egg. Okay. So I think let's review what we have so far. We built 8 eggs. Okay, so 2 3D, and then the second one is rotate a little bit of different shapes, and those are created by the map art in 3D. We actually have a 3D art, so we have some 2D version. So let's move to the this one. So click this artboard and hit Command 0. We're gonna get some inspirations here. So really, there's so many options here. Okay, some is just like a combination. Okay, so once you got this concept, you can quickly build this object. So for example, like this one. I like this one, so let's draw this one pretty easily. So what you need to do is basically just draw a box and then create the basic color. And then it's kind of like a bunch of a line, so you can just draw a line. So hit N. Okay, so in this one, you're going to change the stroke to the color you like. All right. Give this one. So once you got the first one, the rest will kind of follow this pattern. Okay, kind of draw some very organic one. So definitely the N, you will need to make sure that the hit N return to change the fidelity to smooth. Okay, so this one give a beautiful stroke setting. So I'm going to have this one have a different color, and draw next one. Different color, other one, different color, next one, different color. So yeah, so from here we can actually create some circles. Okay, just using a basic circle. Okay, so not so much. So once we got this, I want to deselect the egg. So we can have all the things selected, and you can Command G them to make sure that you get a copy and they move as a group. but also in this demonstration, you can just select that like this. Okay, so remember, you're gonna not select the egg. So if you accidentally select the egg, so you will see the blue color here. So go hold Shift and then one click the line. So deselect that one. So hit Command X. Okay, actually I'm missing this guy. So Command X. We're gonna to select this object. Remember, we're going to ungroup this. Just make sure. So Command Shift G a few times and then Shift D. Okay, until we see the stroke and hit Command V. So we'll paste this in. And then we can resize, just make sure that it's nice details. And also you can double click in this, when you get draw inside mode, you can get inside to add a few elements as needed. Okay, so you can say, sometimes you want to say, I want to release this. So you're going to do Command Option 7 to release this one. Okay, so then you have another chance to really open those all details. So after that, you're going to do select everything, hit Command 7 to bring back again. So let's move to the next one. This time I want to do a simple, quite a geometry. So I'm going to go to create a bar, and so create a single line using line segment 2 to draw a line, and I'm going to do give the FX, give this one a distort zigzag. Okay, some type of a line, and then more details. So this is a very classical way when we see the on the Easter eggers. So okay, all right. So and then we're gonna do is to create a different color patterns. Okay, so let's do here. Okay, you can actually duplicate it. Okay, so now I have those all the things here. Let's do one more. Okay, so there's so many creativities you can do, so many works you can do. So I'm going to change one thing here. I'm going to draw a line, and with this stroke. So give this one a very big stroke. Okay, also I wanted to open this, the Shift F6. So Appearance panel, I'm going to add a new level, new stroke here. So in this stroke, I'm going to change this one to white color, but a little bit small. And I also give this one a dashed line. Okay, a dashed line, and I'll give this one like just I think it's just 1 point. Okay, with a large gap, so we can quickly create things like this. Okay, let me just go 0.20 more. So you want to create a simple and beautiful line, or point, line, dotted line. So that is the recipe. So you're gonna go to the stroke and then change this one, the cap, to round cap. You're going to change this one to dash the line, but the dash will be 0. So then 2 round cap will make a circle. Then the next you want to just increase in the gaps. So so you can create this one with whatever the color you like. Okay, so well, beautiful, done. So once we have this, select all the things here, Command X, and select this egg, Command Shift G a few times, and Shift D, Command V. So we'll paste this one in. So for the background color, you can also definitely, and in this mode, so just give this one simple background color. Okay, and do Shift D, Command V. So we paste this in. All right. So let's move it to the next. So when introduce this concept, I'm going to do a line based. So in the same concept, we do the dotted line. So hit N, and I'm going to draw the things surrounding this one. Oh, no, maybe not that. Okay. Okay, so something like this, and I'm going to change the stroke to a very big one. And also for the stroke, we can do, that we can actually give the stroke some gradient color. So we can highlight the stroke and then hit a period key. And in the period, in the gradients panel, we can change this one to along the stroke. Okay, we do this way. So then you can give this one a different color. Okay, so you can have so many different colors as you needed. There are several options, so we need to do the one on next one. But this one I wanted to focus on build a double stroke. So in here for the points, right, for the dots. So we're going to create a new stroke, and this one a little bit small. Okay, so in this small version, I'll give this one just a solid color. And give this one round cap, dash line, 0, and the gap maybe a little bit closer. Okay, so this one also we can give this the stroke gradient color as well. Okay, but this one we'll try to give this one a different gradient. So for example, let's do yellow. And to orange. Okay, so beautiful. Once we got it here, you can definitely you can cut this one, go on this panel. So give this a little bit of color. Of course, you can do gradients, whatever you like. And then do Command Shift G, just make sure, and then Shift D twice, and then print this one in. Okay, I kind of like the background to be a little bit different color, so let me just back to here. Some type of those color here, and then Shift D twice, Command V, so it's a nice combination. Okay. Okay, so beautiful. All right, so let's move to the next, and let's see how many I have. So I put this one, give it the enough practice for you to understanding the concept. So Command Shift 0. Oh, actually, I have one thing left. So in this one, I'm gonna do let's see, some type. I think I quite, got quite a lot of different types already. Okay, so this time I'm going to do just a color gradients, color transition thing. So I'm going to do hit M, draw a box. Okay, hit a D to decide to default this one, to give this one just a single color. Let's say green. Okay. So I'm going to move this one, duplicate this one to the bottom. Okay, so when you hold Option and Shift, it should have a 2 duplication. So give this one like a purple. Of course, you can have some other color here. So let's say I'm going to hit this one red in the middle. Okay, so I select those 3 elements to Command Option B. Command Option B. So this one gives us some transition, between those colors. But this one's kind of like too smooth. What I want to do is hit the W, return. I'll change this one to kind of like a more steps. So hit this preview and go change this one to steps. And I'm going to lower this one to, let's say, let's begin with 10. And so we see that the steps already there. How about a few less? Okay. In this one, because we put a 3 blend object, so it's a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to do distance. So instead of a distance, so this one give the universal control. So this is actually the size of the height of those single bar. So that will be 37 points for my copy. So hit OK. So now I have this object there. So I can actually change the color. So we see that's how they are kind of blended together. Then what you can do is just simply Command X. So go here to the egg, Command Shift G several times, okay, and Shift D. When you see the dashed line and the Command V, so put this one in. It's kind of like a very vintage feeling of the eggs. Okay, so during this demonstration, I think we introduced 10 times to introduce some things you can have fun with Illustrator today. So hope you enjoy it.